So these are the 3 downfalls to the carnivore diet. This is something most carnivores don't talk about. I think it's very important because the carnivore diet, just like anything in this world, is not completely perfect, but you can, knowing these 3 things that are negative in the carnivore diet, if you know about these things, you can do something about it and just basically do the carnivore diet better, correctly, and get the results that you want, which is getting away from pain, healing your gut, and stopping all those negative issues of bloating, lethargy, tiredness, foggy brain, and bad memory, and a bloated stomach, right? So keep watching this video if you want to know how to do the carnivore diet correctly and the 3 downfalls about it so that you can save yourself from a lot of pain. So many people don't eat enough salt on the carnivore diet. That's number 1. Salt is so important, and let me tell you why. So when you're on the carnivore diet, I assume you're eating the raw milk, raw cheese, the eggs, rudimentary meat, whether it's bacon, grass-fed, beef, grass-fed beef tallow, grass-fed fats that you're cooking in, like ghee or butter, grass-fed. I promote that a lot here because, grass-fed is very different from just a normal meat, especially if you have gut issues. It can really cause a huge change in your gut, meaning it can heal faster. So anyway, so salt is so important, you guys, because when you're on the carnivore diet, you're eating all these meats, all these food groups that I just mentioned. And when you're on such a clean diet, like imagine this, when you used to eat the carbs, when you used to eat the plants, the vegetables, the nuts, whether or not you realize this, nuts, vegetables have oxalates, lectins, these anti-nutrients in vegetables, yes, not only cause damage in your body, but also slow down the digestion in your body, meaning that, your kidneys, which is filtering out the bad crap out of your body, have to go through the process of filtering out the crap from all these vegetables that you're eating, from the anti-nutrients that you just ingested, okay? But when that's taken out of your diet, now your kidneys can finally not only take out the crap faster, but unfortunately, when it takes out the crap so much faster, because there's no stoppages, there's no blockages is what I'm saying. It can finally just take out the crap faster out of your cells, the toxins out of your cells, but it also, unfortunately, takes out the salt with it. Takes out the potassium, magnesium, the calcium. Okay, so keep that in mind, you guys. When you are doing the carnivore diet correctly, you will lose a lot of salt out of your body. And salt is super important because A, it keeps the water in your body. It retains the water in your body. And if you're someone who's an athlete or even someone who just exercises like more than 2 hours a week, you would want electrolytes in your body. That's what I would recommend. Take electrolytes in your water bottle without, any sugar in the electrolyte brand that you're purchasing. Put salt in your food, a lot of salt in your meat, because your body needs water to retain the water in your body, and so you don't get so dehydrated. Because if you're on the carnivore diet, you will get dehydrated very easily if you are doing it correctly and if you are not taking salt in your diet, if you are not taking electrolytes as well. Okay, and I don't want you to go through that, because sometimes even when I didn't know to do that in the beginning, I would feel like, oh my gosh, like my foggy brain is back, my tiredness is back, my lack of sleep is back, I have now cramps in my calves, like what is going on? And my eyes feel so dried out, and I feel like I have sand in my eyes, and it's because I was lacking so much water in my body. I was so dehydrated, not only because I was like exercising a lot, but because my body was naturally, my kidneys were naturally taking out the salt out of my body very quickly at a very quick rate, because it was taking out the toxins out of my body as well. But it was going at a very fast rate because, like I said, the diet is so clean that your body now can think more about taking out the crap out of your body, which is a good thing. But you want to prevent the dehydration, the symptoms of like lethargy, foggy brain that you would think would come from your gut is actually coming from your lack of salt in your diet. So keep that in mind. Salt is very good to send communications from one nerve cell to the other, which is very important because salt believe it or not, is helpful for your body to send communication, to send signals to the next nerve cell. Because when you don't have salt in your body and the nerves are not able to talk, that's not good, because your body should always be communicating with each other, with any organ, nerve cell to another cell, in order for things to be efficient in your body. It's like oiling the well. So you want your nerve cells to talk effectively, not just stop talking to each other, because there could be an issue in your body and there's no way for your body to communicate that to you, because now your nerve cells are not talking to each other. And believe it or not, these nerve cells are acting on electricity. There's electricity in your body, and it's needed by having salt in your body, which I find fascinating. I think that's so cool to have electricity in our body, because nerve cells run on some kind of electricity from that is instigated by salt. The correct term would be electrical charge. I said electricity, but it's electrical charge. Still so cool, right? So keep that in mind, you guys, that salt is super underrated on the carnivore diet. And it's something that you need to keep in mind, because I don't want you to feel like the carnivore diet is not working because I still have these symptoms, because those symptoms are very similar to gut issues, right? Keep salt in your diet. Don't be afraid of it. And also take electrolytes in your drinks. Like in my water bottle, there's always electrolytes. And I feel so much better when I drink it throughout the day, because like I said, it's such a clean diet. You're gonna go through detox. And unfortunately, the detox will also include a lot of salt being taken out of your body. Your heart needs salt. Your nerve cells need salt. Your body needs to retain the water in your body to feel hydrated and alive. Problem number 2, you have sugar cravings, and we all have that. Like I said earlier, you're going to feel like you're going through a detox phase, because the carnivore diet is so clean. Yes, you're losing a lot of salt, but you're also detoxifying, right? Your kidneys are filtering out the crap out of your cells, and you might feel bad before you get better, right? You might feel worse before you get better, and that's normal, because when your body is taking out the crap out of your cells, the toxins out of your cells, you're gonna feel a little slower, a little bit more tired. Maybe you need to drink more water, because the carnivore diet is a way for people to detox the crap out of their bodies. Because if you are on any other diet in the world besides carnivore, you haven't done carnivore since the day you were born. You probably were eating junk food, processed foods, all kinds of foods, even vegetables and nuts and fruits, right? And people, like I said before in other videos, don't realize when they eat vegetables, when they eat these nuts, they have anti-nutrients, oxalates that can really affect your gut, especially if you have gut issues already and you're eating those things. It's going to deteriorate your gut over time. So that's why, when you take out those stuff and you just eat meat, your body has a sense of relief, but now it's going through the process of detoxifying everything out of your body, and you may feel tired. You may feel worse before you get better, and that's okay. Along with that is sugar cravings that happen, right? Your brain is not used to not eating a lot of sugar. Like I said, if you're coming from any diet in the world besides carnivore, you probably haven't been doing carnivore all your life, which is high fat, low sugar, or no sugar at all. Most of the time, most people in the world have eaten a diet where you include carbs in your diet, whether it's a little amount, but it's nothing compared to the carnivore diet, because it's very, very low carb or nothing at all. And you've been so accustomed to having your body, your brain, go through the phase of eating, a carb, let's just say rice with meat, the side of meat, and then your brain gets a hit of the sugar, the glucose, right? The sugar spike. And it's so used to that, you guys. Like, I don't think we understand how sugar and drugs are so similar to how our brain reacts to them, because the pleasure centers in our brain is the same pleasure center we would get if we get a hit of a drug, So that's something to keep in mind, is that drugs and sugar are so similar that it still affects the same pleasure center in the brain, that when you take either of them out of your diet, you will feel withdrawals. Like the sugar cravings you will feel like as if you were a drug addict. I mean, when I was doing carnivore for the first time, I mean, I was high carb, low fat, guys, on the plant-based diet for 8 years. So when I switched to the carnivore diet, that was a big difference for me. That was like a big life change for me, because now my brain is like telling me, Nadia, like, how are you doing this? Like, I've been eating sugar all my life. You've been feeding me sugar all my life. What is going on? And I could feel myself getting like the itch, like I need my sugar cravings, like a drug addict, you know, and your body will go through withdrawal. It will start to detoxify, go through withdrawals of feeling like you might have a flu. Like even drug addicts get the flu, a cold, because their body is detoxifying and the brain misses the drug. Just like we miss sugar, your brain is going to try to trick you into eating sugar. Don't fall into it. And if you are, eat very, very minimal. But your brain and your body is going to react in a way where you might seem like you're getting a flu, a cold. You might feel like you're going through a withdrawal phase, which is like detoxifying phase, which is going to probably include feeling tired, lethargic. And that's only your body going through the process of this transition. And that is normal, is what I'm saying. You just have to keep going, guys. And you have to make sure you eat enough fat. Whenever you feel like you have a sugar craving, eat enough fat. Because sometimes for me in the beginning, I did not eat enough fat on the diet. Okay, and that's where I started to not only have sugar cravings, but my sugar cravings became bigger and bigger and bigger because I wasn't eating enough animal fat. You need to make sure you eat enough of that in the diet. Problem number 3, you have to deal with people's opinions. The carnivore diet, even though most people in the world eat meat, and in most restaurants they include meat on the menu, you will get pushback from your family and friends. I mean, I was plant-based for 8 years, and I was getting pushback, as you would know, probably can assume that I was getting pushback from a lot of my family and friends. So that was expected, but I did not expect it on the carnivore diet. I thought people would be not only happy for me, but very comfortable. But even, when I, was at a restaurant with a friend, she noticed, I mean, it was like 6 p.m., granted, and I was eating some bacon. And she didn't, it was uncomfortable for her to see me eat bacon. I was like, why is this uncomfortable for you? You eat meat, I eat meat. What's wrong? And so I thought that was funny that she got uncomfortable I was eating meat, even though she was eating meat. Yeah, she was eating some kind of food that had like carbs on the side. And I was just confused because there was still meat on her plate and I had meat on my plate. Anyway, what I'm saying is that people's opinions are always going to be there on whatever diet you're on. And just be prepared. Be prepared for people to not understand. Be prepared for people to say something, roll their eyes, or just feel very uncomfortable that you're eating a lot of meat. And that's okay. Because either way, this is going to help you. Either way, this is not about them. This is about you and healing your gut and getting away from the pain. Okay? I hope this video helped. And I will see you in the next one. Have a great day. And with that being said, you guys, if you are struggling with pain, overall discomfort, you have a bad memory loss, you have a foggy brain, you can't think efficiently, right? When you talk to people, you can't conversate well either. You feel tired all the time. And most of all, you have a bloated stomach. Then you're gonna have to watch my video down below that I created just for you about the 7 mistakes that you are making to not heal your gut. Okay? Have an amazing day. I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.